Bentancur was charged by the FA on September the 12th with an alleged misconduct breach in relation to a media interview which emerged in June and showed Bentancur being asked by the host of Canal 10, which is a TV channel, to show the shirt of a Spurs player. The former Juventus player replied, "Son's? It could be Sonny's cousin too, as they all look the same."
Now that's like.
But wait, let me get the rest of the story out. So Bentancur apologized quickly, accepted it was a breach. And the independent commissioner basically said, like, we're gonna come out against you for saying that because it is racist. It is racist, but it's also not like something that we wouldn't say to each other as friends, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
About each other's race.
Yeah. We don't know a lot of Bentancur and Son's relationship.
They're clearly very close.
Mates where they say things like that to each other.
They're clearly very close.
The teammates, the teammates, they're close. They hang out together all the time. Maybe they do make comments like that to each other.
Yeah.
I think this is where Bentancur needs to realise what you say with your mates is one thing.
Yeah.
It's different to saying it on a public forum because they're not your mates. You know.
No.
This is why, we make jokes at each other all the time.
Yeah.
But some of the jokes we make at each other,
you don't say
I'm not then going to go on East Midlands today and suddenly go and bloody say them because it's like, because some of the things we say are a little bit risque. But that's because we're mates. We say, and that's the thing, when you're friends with someone, you do say things like that to each other. That's just, I think that's what guys do.
Yeah.
Guys say ridiculous shit to each other.
Yeah.
But you don't say it in public. Like,
no.
You say it in public when you're around them, but not like when they're not there and you're doing an interview. It's
that typical thing of, there's laughing with somebody and laughing at somebody, and when they're in the room with you and like it's a bit of banter and they're saying it back, like saying stuff back at you. If you're very, very close, let's get this out the way first. You have to be very close to get this kind of shit. And Son came out and said, "It's fine. We're still brothers." Like they're clearly like quite good friends. So that's pretty much, predicament number one. You have to be very close, but also as a prerequisite, like you just got to be just the two of you most likely. But going and repeating that joke on TV, national TV or whatever it is, just stupid.
I mean, we don't know what their relationship is. Maybe when they're together, Bentancur will say to Son, "Oh, you guys all look alike." And then Son goes, "Oh, you're Uruguayan. No one can even point that out on a map." So that maybe that's the kind of jokes that they will have with each other.
Yeah,
that's their relationship.
Yeah,
that's their thing. But then you don't go and say that in public, and that's why I think that's why Son probably came out and said, "I'm not taking offense to it. It's cool."
Yeah.
But then the Premier League No.
I just like the angle.
You're offended on your behalf.
Well, that's the thing. I like the angle that Son's probably thinking, great, now my team have to suffer because of a comment he said to me. Like, it's kind of, you know what I mean? If it was an opposition player, then obviously it's a different thing. But it's your own teammate who's saying it, and you're then having to basically face the repercussions alongside them. There is an element of maybe this was a teaching moment rather than a disciplinary one in that sense. I do think obviously
he feels a bit of guilt on that one.
No, that's the thing. He probably does, and he feels probably like an idiot for saying it out loud. Again, if I was Son, I'd have slapped him and been like, "You idiot! Like, why would
you absolute fool? What are you doing?
What are you doing?" But it could, you know what I mean. Like, it could also be like a cultural thing, innit? Because we as English people are quite sort of we're very particular and aware of things we can and cannot say in public. And I have it with foreign family where they're a lot more sort of abrasive in the way that they speak and in how open they are about that kind of stuff. So it's a cultural thing as well. You're gonna say that. So yeah, I just think the concept of Son has accepted his apology and said it's fine, and then the FA going, but it's not fine. We're gonna find, and
we've decided it's not fine.
Yeah,
we'll tell you what's offensive.
Yeah, I don't like something like that. Just doesn't sit right with me, especially a 7-game ban. And this could have been
that's quite a lot, and that's it's gonna. Tottenham are going to be affected by it, but it's not great. But the £100,000 fine. For us, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
but for a footballer in the Premier League, it's it's a week's wages.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, so I can't buy some Gucci trainers this week. No. That's what it is.
It's yeah, it's one of these situations where I think maybe we gotta like have a little bit more kindness towards each other. You know what I mean? Have a little bit more understanding and say, hey man, what you said was really really dumb, and maybe you shouldn't have been saying that out loud. Next time, keep it on the chat, just to me. Don't be saying that kind of shit. But we know what it's like.
Moral of the story: don't rip on your friends, just compliment them.
No, moral of the story is when you're talking directly to your friends, be dicks and rip on them as much as possible. But when you're talking about them in public, be an angel. Like, you got to be really two-faced when it comes to the media and when you're actually with people.
I mean, like Bentancur, he's 25 years old and he's a bit.
Did you just look that up? Did you? Is that
of course I did.
Is that a result of, so you failed to find the story, but you found Bentancur's age instead?
It's what I do. The thing is, the way I look at it, he's 25 years old. But then again, it's like, I say, he's 25, he's young, he might say stupid shit. But then again, when I was 25, I said stupid shit. But I knew where to say the stupid shit.
Yeah.
I didn't say it like, to be fair, I wasn't being interviewed that much when I was 25. It was in my late 20s that I found comedy, not in my early to mids. But I think it's one of those then that the fact that Son, it's not like the Suarez Evra situation. It's not like that.
Yeah, it's worlds apart from that. It's not a
it's not like that.
It's not like a club is going head to head with another club almost like in that situation where it's like the Liverpool players have come out with like, I stand with Suarez. I can't believe you've done this to him, even though he said something racist. And
I know, and Liverpool's reputation took a bit of a hit from that. The fact that the fans stood with Suarez, and on a personal level, I've never really looked at Suarez the same way since that whole situation. As a player, awesome.
Yeah.
But as a person, he was a racist who used to bite people. It's like I never really looked. And after that, I always kind of got the ick from him.
I feel like he'd be a very successful politician.
Oh yeah, I mean, how he spanned that one, I have no idea. But he was racist, and people celebrate him. How?
You ask how. I think it makes a lot of sense in the context of the modern day.
But it's not like the Suarez Evra situation where that was toxic.
Yeah,
and that was like, I remember that game when they played against each other, and Suarez bloody scored, and then when Man United won the game, and Evra was now celebrating right in Suarez's face.
Yeah,
and then they wouldn't even, and Suarez was the one who was racist and wouldn't shake Evra's hand.
Yeah.
I mean, like, could you be more of a twat?
Yeah.
But this isn't like that. I think this is just two mates where they say this shit to each other all the time, and then one of them didn't quite understand the rules and got it wrong.
It's a place and time. It's a place and time thing, and he just he dropped the ball on it. But he'll probably have learnt his lesson. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe he'll come out and say something about like one of the other players. And as soon as the 7-game suspension is over, he'll be like, Pedro Porro, you're a Spanish.
Yeah, maybe he just goes on a tirade about all of them. Solanke, yeah. You never know. Maybe he just goes off on one, or maybe hopefully he learns. And the one thing I would say he needs to learn from this is, I wouldn't even say like, oh, he needs to like have racial rehabilitation from this. No, I would say like he just needs to learn the right things to say in front of the right people. What's the wrong thing to say in front of them? What's the right thing to say when you are being interviewed on a national circuit? Do not make a joke that Son and other Koreans all look alike. Do not make that joke.
I also
when you're hanging out with Son at the pub, do that, but not.
I also think though there is like an argument to be said that he's trying to make a joke, and there is like there's always been this disdain with how footballer interviews have been carried out in the last 20-something years, and like it's very PR trained. People aren't really speaking from the heart. They're all saying like the right thing every single time, and it's kind of the one time a footballer tries to be quite funny and say something like, try to be telling a joke, he drops the ball so badly and says something racist and gets banned. Like, we're never seeing any of this ever again.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't think. No, I don't think we'll ever see a racial joke from a footballer ever again. It's such a shame.
No, but here's the thing, right? Like, I feel like a hypocrite admonishing him for telling a joke because that's literally our jobs. So it's
I know,
and I'm sure if you take out of context certain things that we've said on stage, I'm sure that it's
Oh
arguably
yeah,
worse. You know what I mean? So in
oh
that
yeah.
sense, I feel for him, but I also think you got to know your place in this world, and you got to know the time
No
and
more place, Bentancur.
yeah, you're not a comedian. You can't get away with it,
Yeah,
and you also
we do the jokes around here.
yeah.
You do the football.
Yeah, this is the point we were trying to make. This is the reason I brought it up because we're gatekeeping. Whereas it's not because we didn't want to discuss this like a serious conversation. It's all just about gatekeeping, and people need to
Yeah,
stop stepping on our territory. These footballers trying to be
exactly.
comedians.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what we're really mad about. How dare he make a joke?
exactly. Bullshit. I'm gonna go steal it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go steal it and say it on stage and see what
Yeah,
happens.
you don't see me kicking a ball around, do you, Bentancur? Yeah, maybe I should play for Spurs and not win anything ever.